Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. As far as I can tell, it's just about letting the universe know what you want and working toward it while letting go of how it comes to pass.
A dyslexic kid, a filthy poor family, no friends, no society. How would you rate such a kid? How much stakes would you put on him to make a big out of life? Maybe none. But the man whom you just heard was the same kid who became one of the best comedians of the world. And his name is Jim Carrey. Yes, life has its own funny ways. Yes, he chose love, not fear of being poor or dyslexic. And his love made him far bigger than those fears. But what was his love that gave him everything he has today? As a kid, Jim always struggled to be a part of the group of the other kids. So he came up with an idea. He came up with humor, mimicry and acting to make others laugh so that they can accept him in their company. That's how he discovered an initial artist in him. But soon this art of making others laugh became his identity, and then that identity became his love and the only passion. His talent and comic timing was spotted by his father, and he encouraged Jim to take this art on a professional level. His father arranged a stage performance for Jim at Yuck's club when he was just 15 years old. But as they say, life never gives anything to you so easily. Jim was booed off the stage in his first appearance, and the audience rejected the young Jim very badly. But that humiliation at Yuck's club was not bigger than his love for the acting and the comedy. But the road has just started getting tougher. Just when he started exploring his talents and gifts, his father lost his job in the year 1978. Poverty was staring at Jim's family. During that period, he had to work as a janitor and had to even clean toilets to support his family. He used to get so tired and worn out because of his job that he couldn't even concentrate on studies in class, and consequently, he had to drop out of school at the age of 16. But he was a gritty customer. He decided to go ahead with his stage performances. He polished his skills and worked very hard on his comic timing, and soon he was a regular face in open mic nights in clubs, and his talent was creating buzz. The same buzz caught attention of the great comedian called Rodney Dangerfield. He signed this young talented kid to open his stage performances in Las Vegas. Carrey got a lot of exposure working with Dangerfield. This was his first step towards being acknowledged as a class artist. This gave him confidence also to try out in film industry, and he moved to Hollywood to give it a shot. But again, a long struggle and toil was waiting for Carrey in Hollywood. He first tried his luck in the TV shows but got rejected many times. The most noticeable rejection was in 1980 when he auditioned for a famous show called Saturday Night Live. But he knew only one thing: just never ever give up. He kept giving audition after audition, and finally he got an appearance in The Tonight Show, telecasted on a famous network, NBC. This was his first prominent TV show appearance. He got the reckoning. But despite of this break, he couldn't feature in any famed role or appearance. He did manage to get few shows and movies here and there, but these roles were either cameos or not big enough to put him in the limelight. It was getting difficult for him to earn even a decent living. His struggle continued for 10 years until he got his first break in 1990 in a comedy show series called In Living Color. He featured in the show for 4 years till 1994 and became a permanent face on television. But he was still away from his dream of making it into the film industry. But he practiced something like a religion: self-belief and power of visualization. He used to sit on a higher quiet place somewhere and used to visualize himself working with the biggest of the Hollywood directors. He always believed that he has all those big roles but just haven't signed them yet. He had such a strong belief system that one day in 1992 he went to Mulholland driving in his car. He sat there and wrote himself a check of $10 million for acting services rendered and put a date of 1995 and gave himself 3 years to manifest this visualization. And unbelievingly, that happened. In year 1995 he signed the blockbuster movie Dumb and Dumber and received the check of exact $10 million. Would you believe? His belief and love had melted all the hardships. All his dreams came true. One brilliant performance was followed by the other. The legend was in the making. He gifted this world one of the most hilarious artists on this earth and achieved everything an artist can dream of. Year 2009. Jim, despite of accomplishing big in his life, was struggling from depression. He was so much deep in it that he had to keep himself on antidepressant called Prozac all the times. Many could have succumbed to this tough time and given up, but not Jim Carrey. He used it as an opportunity to understand the real meaning of life. He went deep inside, cultivated acceptance and inner peace, and somehow defeated even depression to come out of it as an enlightened person. He proved and professed that just money and achievements can't make you happy and fulfilled. It's only when you become one with this universe and drop all your egos do you attain the ultimate bliss. His life became a testimony that a human being is far more gigantic and vast than a worldly personality that he breeds throughout his life. Jim didn't only master artistry, but he mastered life as well. And this remains his biggest achievement ever. A true hero, a true artist of life.
And after you walk through those doors today, you will only ever have two choices: love or fear. Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dev. I'm so honored.